Welcome, everyone. Thanks for joining us for episode 144 of Tattoo Collecting 101 right here on Guy Atchison's Reinventing the Tattoo Network, the community for tattooers, apprentices, collectors, and all the tat curious out there. We encourage everyone to join these live streams and real-world events as we aim to educate and inspire one another to create better artwork, tattoos, and to leave the community a better place than how we found it. We stream out most days of the week, so be sure to check out the full schedule of events we have at reinventingthetattoo.com. As well as our our professional development courses from over 20 world-class tattoo artists that you can find there. You can find our shows on your Roku channel, as well as your favorite podcast platforms. So search for Reinventing the Tattoo and you'll find us on there. Real quick, want to say thank you to the people who make it all possible. So thank you to World Tattoo Events, the largest, most comprehensive list of tattoo conventions going on in the world right now. Tattoo Now, technology for tattooers. They're the leading edge in professional development, management, and digital tools for tattooers of all levels, as well as our affiliates at the Fireside Tattoo Network and the Apprenticeship Diaries. And lastly, we want to say thank you to Guy Atchison, who makes it all possible. He's the founder and inspiration behind the Reinventing the Tattoo community. You can go to guyatchison.com to get your copy of the Biomech Encyclopedia, instructional DVDs, original oil paintings, and custom coil machines. And if you're enjoying the knowledge we're putting out, be sure to watch another video and share it with a friend.
Good job, Kyle.
Thanks.
Thanks.
Do you enjoy the knowledge we're putting out?
It's good knowledge.
Do you enjoy it? Do you enjoy it?
Do we enjoy it?
I just like
Do our listeners enjoy it?
You enjoy the knowledge we're putting out.
There is good knowledge.
Yeah. I mean, like the whole premise to this, like part of it for me is a big part is I think it's very effective to learn by accident. Kyle, you got us frozen already. What happened?
3 seconds in, Kyle.
It's not frozen for me.
Oh.
Tattoo collecting, dot.
Oh man, we're in a mood already today.
I'm just gonna run it.
Kyle's getting us together over there.
Come on, Kyle. Get us together, bud.
He's cool under pressure, though. Look at this guy. He's like the troubleshooting extraordinaire. One of the things I feel like we're gonna need to start giving a little bit more credit to Kyle, because I feel like I'm the laziest show host ever, because I get super nervous when I start messing with any of the Vimeo stuff, because it's like our whole collection, like of all of the reinventing stuff. So I get kind of nervous and I like freeze up and don't. It's almost like any button could be the red button that causes the whole thing to self-destruct in my mind. It's like this weird anxiety that I have. So anyways, because of Kyle, all the right buttons get pushed.
Good job, button pusher.
All the things get connected, all the things happen, and it does take quite a bit of knowledge to like do the back end. So
Yeah, it does.
to get us unfroze.
Doing
We're still frozen.
the back end
We're still
does require a certain skill set.
Maybe power off and power on the YOLO box.
It's not frozen on here.
That's not frozen. Just our feed is frozen.
Mhm.
Oh,
Well,
well, I guess that's a Zoom problem then, and we can't really do anything about that. But anyways,
so the swim side.
thanks to Kyle, we
That's
now
it,
know
yeah.
that Zoom can.
Yeah.
Oh, I just dropped the little thing I was
Why'd you do
fidgeting
it?
with. I didn't mean to.
Why'd you do-
It was
it
one of
is
the
a
little microphone covers.
cover.
So
it's fun.
good. I have been just kind of like vegging out all day. I have smoked, not like the normal copious amount, but I found these little cartridges that I really like.
So you
So I've
just
been-
been
Kind of ripping myself
Just
silly
getting
off
them?
of these things. Yeah. I have a couple of consultation days coming up, and not this coming weekend, but the following weekend, I believe. So these will be like my last like downtime. My schedule will be pretty much filled for like the holiday and winter season after these consultation days. So I'm just kind of like enjoying being close to wrapping up a lot of projects. Like, not to be like, I feel like I'm on cruise control, but I'm kind of on cruise control because so many of my projects are so far in, like all the think work has already been done. We're to the point where we're just kind of like seeing through the project. So I'm just kind of enjoying having a few random days here and there that over the next couple of months probably won't be available. I'm just kind of like
Nice.
enjoying the downtime, both like the physical downtime and like the mental downtime of
Right.
like new projects that require a lot more brain energy. When you're adapting to new clients and new people, it uses a different level of energy than somebody that you've already sat with for 30 hours and you're both comfortable showing up in your pajamas. And
It's like showing up to work one morning and they're like, oh, hey, by the way, today you're going to host a job fair.
well,
Huh? Oh, okay. Let's do that. That happened to me on Tuesday.
yeah. So for me, work has been delightfully less eventful. I haven't had any like surprises or wrenches thrown in there. It seems like this time of year, maybe it's starting a little bit early, but this time of year, people tend to start like tightening their purse strings a little bit, and you start seeing cancellations happen a little bit more.
The seasonal non-tattooish.
Yeah, the seasonal downswing.
Yeah, people are like, I'm going to spend money on other people,
Well, yeah.
which I feel is just weird. By the people you love stuff all year round, and then Christmas isn't a big deal, right? Don't neglect people and wait until once a year when you're in the store and you see something that's like, oh, that reminds me of this person. Buy that shit.
But that's not profitable, Glenn.
It's not about profit. Oh, wait, we live in yeah, it is.
Yeah.
So anyway, yeah, so that way at Christmas you can give out like oranges and Hershey bars, because then you look them in the face and you're like, remember last month when I bought you that dope ass thing?
I've never really been into obligatory gifts, but
Me either. I don't want a birthday present. I want something you saw on the store and was like, oh my God, Ben would love this.
hey, if your loved one is in the middle of a tattoo project, you could always reach out to their artist and
Put
pay
money
for
on
a
their
session.
books.
Yeah, or part of a session. Even artists that don't do like gift certificates, even artists that don't get into that, usually will let somebody pay ahead on a project that's already going,
Right.
project that's already happening. So if you have a loved one that's
Well,
collecting a tattoo, that might be a really thoughtful idea to help keep their projects progressing through the slow season.
it wouldn't be a hard thing to most artists aren't going to be like, no, please don't give me money. It's not. I don't see a lot of people frowning on that. Don't see it.
Two things happened. I
What?
got my tea too hot and I got it too full.
Well,
So I got to be careful right now.
so
This is
patience
serious.
just isn't an option.
It's so good though. It's so good.
It seems like the correct answer was, wait a minute.
Well, okay. So
I hear you.
I'll have you know that I'm going to reveal how basic I truly am.
Mm-mm.
I've been trying different spiced chai lattes, or not lattes, but spiced chai teas out. And then I take said tea and I make what I call a white trash latte, because then I just like take some whipping cream and drizzle a little bit of that in it. So it's nice and frothy on the palate, even though it's a trick. But anyways, I really enjoy chai tea a lot more than I feel like I want to admit. But
You're the
now
only
you guys
person
all
I
this
know
about me.
that can take chai tea. Isn't it just chai?
Chai, yeah.
Because it's
It's
just
black tea. Yeah,
yeah,
it's
so,
black
like,
tea. Chai
so
spices.
I think you're the only person I know that can make that white trash. You were just like, hey, you know what I'm gonna do? Not
It
that
would be
fancy
cool
beauty
if
tip.
I brought a
I'm gonna
frother
use
in
the
or brought my
microwave
espresso machine
and
in.
a fucking shot of cream.
If I brought my espresso machine in to make myself a chai latte at work, I feel like that would be doing too much.
I will definitely use it if you bring it up.
If I brought an espresso machine in, you'd use it?
100%.
You're telling me
Milk frother and all.
you're gonna
100%.
sit right
100%.
there and act like you wouldn't use espresso.
I got a mocha pot at home. Come on, man.
I
A
mean,
mocha pod. What is that?
Pot. It's like the cheap version of espresso.
My
Well,
coffee gets made black.
we're gonna end up having a full coffee bar. Like depending on, usually I bring in like unbleached bougie sugar, sometimes honey. We
What's
always
your
have
fa-
at least a
what's
couple
yours?
varieties of creamer between me and like other coworkers. So there's always like a pretty good little like coffee beverage bar.
There's a Starbucks at the place I work now, and it's already getting ridiculous. Like they know me.
Mm-hmm. That's
That-
like $7 a day.
No, it's free.
Oh, you get it free 99?
Yeah, I
Shoot.
get a free 99.
I might drive all the way up there, grab a coffee.
That's okay. I'll meet you. It's a good time. But yeah, they're already like back again, huh? Like beep. Yeah.
What's your drink of choice?
Depends on what time of day it is and how much caffeine I've already had. Is it hot? Is it cold? What are we doing
So,
outside?
I'm curious because they like the pumpkin spice latte is now a thing.
I can't touch them. I can't.
Do you know
the
if Maddie
smell-
shared the picture she's been working
The
on yet?
smell of pumpkin spice makes my
I
stomach.
think I have it in my messages somewhere, but she hasn't like put it out.
Oh man, is Maddie working today? She's not here, is she?
No, she's in Dayton, I think.
Shoot.
Sorry, I'm not.
Anyways, she made a pumpkin spice latte ghost. And let me just, you know how Maddie's imagination goes. There's pumpkin, there's PSL,
Oh, she did. Cool.
there's a ball gag
There's a ball gag.
and a ghost.
Hot.
Casually.
Kyle's gonna share it for us. Casually. Word on the street is this is gonna be a t-shirt. So word on the street, there's gonna be probably a small run of 25
Can I get
or
a
so
hat?
of these.
Can I get a hat?
They would make a pretty fly hat.
Uh-huh. I know. I saw it. Maddie's listening right now, texting us like, I will not make it.
Here you go.
Boom. I was setting up for the Tattoo Weekly at home, which is like the serious show that I participate in. And she's working on this meanwhile as I'm like doing the things. Best distraction. Would you wear that on a hat?
Yep.
Yep.
In certain company.
Do we have a picture of Ben's Tatty from last week?
Oh, that's
Pull
a
that
good
up
time.
next.
That's a good
We'll
time.
just stay on the Maddie train.
Come on, ride a train.
Oh, look at it.
Ride it. So that's a little otter.
Look at those paws, Ben.
There's Waffle
Look
House.
at them paws.
He's got apple butter. Look at the little apple butter pack just floating there. Just being apple butter. He's got a jam on his face. Do you see the little jam on his face? Like the little jam around his
I
lips.
see it.
Yep. Yep. Mm-hmm. We worked into the wee morn on that one.
So obviously this is a week old. Pretty itchy and flaky and peely in that spot.
Yeah, it's a high motion area.
I didn't realize you guys were coming that high up, but hey, fill every gap.
Yeah, she was like, "Bro, we feeling it." Okay.
I didn't expect it to be quite as big because I didn't envision as much space
Nope.
as Maddie.
Oh,
did,
she took a picture of
apparently.
my leg and then
Build it.
put in the ruler markings on the fucking thing and just killed like every inch. Every inch.
I love this idea for so many reasons. And I
Mhm.
love the way it evolved from just a waffle to the otter with a waffle and
There's-
apple butter,
There's 13 different
eggs.
sketches in between
jiffy eggs.
this and the original idea. It has been quite a morphine transition, and the only input I gave at all was waffle.
And that waffle is going to be so fly.
Yeah, well, we're getting there. We're getting there. I think we worked until 1:30-ish in the morning.
You never sit that long for me, Ben.
Malarkey.
You never sit that long for me.
Malarkey.
That hurts my feelings.
That is malarkey, and you know it.
You're right. We've had some long sessions.
I mean, we didn't start until 6:30.
That's true.
It's not really 7 hours, 8 hours, and a couple of smoke breaks in there. That's not really, you know.
Well, do you know who else got tattooed recently?
Yeah,
Tyran. I don't
really.
even know Tyran's last name. I don't even know if she exists on Instagram, but I've seen her in person. I know she's real
I
life.
know in real life.
I've had conversations with her in person, in actuality, like she does exist.
Mhm.
But Guy just worked on her. He's doing some major cover-up work on her leg. Derb worked on her. Guy just did her chest and neck. Adam's working on her.
Mhm. Got a great collection.
Yeah. Can you pull up Guy's posts?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Tyran is a monster, and I'm jelly. She's gotten so much good work so quickly. I don't know, a collection I'd love to have. I'd love to wear. Look at this. All cover up. Boom.
Dang, Shardy.
Hmm.
He was like, you know what we're gonna put on that mushroom?
The hookiest hook.
Uh-huh.
See if you can find her chest and neck. It's just been within the last handful of weeks. It's very recent. It's crazy. I'll see her at shows. She'll be getting worked on, like somebody will be working on one arm. The next day I'll see her being worked on her other arm. The next day somebody will be working on her back.
It's just reckless.
I mean, it's not
reckless.
she's just going hard in the paint. Like she's
Reckless.
definitely like
She
picked
better
out
be drinking her
amazing
OJ,
artists.
bruh.
Oh, definitely. I think she takes very good care of her body for sure.
She better be drinking her OJ.
Look at this. Let's see. Is it Ty that did one arm and Carson Hill that did the other?
I think so.
Going hard.
Hmm.
I don't think anybody's done her armpits yet.
Are you gonna get up in them pits?
Maybe if she asked
Are you
me
gonna,
to,
are you gonna
man,
bug her about it?
it'd be a privilege.
Like, hey, let me see them pitties. And then just be like, I am gonna tie right into, and just let her know. Just give her your plan.
I mean, yeah, that's how it would have to be.
I think you should just approach this one the right way. Do you want me to call her and see if we can't? Like, look, we got an idea.
If she wanted me to do her armpit tatties, I'd do her armpit tatties. Is all I'm saying. No pressure.
Lots of pressure. I think
Yeah, I found the leg.
high pressure sales.
Oh, here's her
or
leg.
into
This is
armpit
what Adam's
tattoos.
working on. I don't even know where to start on this. Look at
That
that
hook.
knee. The ankle. Love that crazy glow. I want to be like, Adam, make mine fluorescent like this.
I'd let Adam tattoo my face.
Your face,
Yeah, just make it
the
all
whole thing.
Keep
one
you
big
justice.
bio.
He'd turn you into an alien
Light
for
source.
sure.
It's like
Who's that guy?
once I'm financially secure, that's what's gonna happen. I'm just gonna tell the world to fuck off.
Full on face tatty.
Yeah.
Dan Hazelton did her belly. Her belly is beautiful.
Sweet.
Seeing if maybe Kyle's over there fishing other tatties that she's gathered.
I'm looking.
He's looking. He's on it. Give him a little credit. Look at, he's been on it today. I'm throwing these curveballs out there. He's catching them, running with them.
Ball sports talk.
Ball sport talk.
Good job with your catching and running, Kyle. You did an A #1 okay job.
Thanks.
I never played baseball. Like I played wiffle ball like in gym once, but like I've never like played a game.
You've
of
never
baseball.
done that? Well, look at this belly.
Jeez.
Yeah, I know. I love it. All the hooks, all the colors, all the pinks and purples.
I do love the color choices here. Very not typical
Mhm.
bio colors.
I would
love
love
the-
to own some of Dan Hazelton's art. Like, I'd love for him to tattoo me, but I'd love to own his artwork as well. He's a wonderful painter. Light rays, juxtaposing colors.
Juxtaposing.
like when you go past contrast, it's like, oh, that should not even be remotely in the same realm as that color. But
But
it
it
is.
works.
Mhm.
What are the juxtaposing colors in this piece, huh?
Well, I'd say like if you look at the top swirl of blue and purple up at the top, like those colors shouldn't do that, but they do.
All right.
Yeah,
All
it's
right.
bananas to me.
I like how it made the belly button look like an eyeball, but with teeth. Like it could talk to you right now. Like, hello. No? You don't see that?
I mean, I see it now that you say it, but
That's what I think.
I do see it.
You're like, I think it's gonna talk to us.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Man,
I would
You
talk to
didn't
that
do-
belly button.
you
I'm
didn't
just
do
saying.
this much of your belly at once, did you?
Me?
Yeah.
I don't have that much of my belly done.
But I mean, like top to bottom, you've never done all that.
Nah.
I haven't. I'm kind of scared about my belly.
Nah. I've done a lot of my stomach, don't get me wrong, but like the very center of it's not done. I got some gaps to fill. But yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot. I was looking at mine the other day. I need to do a couple more roses to fill in the bottom and then do a bunch of background. That's the least exciting part in my mind. It's like, okay,
Belly roses?
no, just fill in all the background. Like,
Oh, but man, sometimes that's the most gratifying part is when you get all the background color in there and everything pops forward. Ugh, sometimes it's my favorite. But then again, I tend to work my projects from the background forward.
right.
So I don't
Okay.
know. It's like a magic little thing to watch happen.
Well, I'm to the point where we're tying a long time collection all together. So I'm not gonna say when we started on my chest, I was thinking of a bodysuit. Because it was my second tattoo. So yeah, there's a little piecing it together.
I feel like I could have made this a little bit better. Sorry if I failed this, Ben.
It's okay.
I think it's still gonna smoke just fine.
It's all that matters.
It's gonna smoke just fine.
I've been using this new device and I am satisfied. That's all I'm gonna say.
Well, good. Satisfaction of your medical apparatus. So that's all that matters.
It feels it did the job, you know. Check.
There we go. And I got a scoop. I'm about to fall off my stool.
What are you doing?
I did my
You gotta sit in the middle of it.
well,
You gotta sit so you don't fall off.
I feel like I'm awfully far back from the table and the microphone.
Let's
I
scoot
need to
forward.
yeah, see, I need to scoot forward, but then there we go. I didn't want to bump the table. I didn't want to like shimmy
She's
everything.
scared, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm
She's
scared
scared of the
my
table.
Making a mess.
Yeah, it's very fond of you.
So I almost got finished with this piece yesterday. I didn't even get any pictures of it. We worked like 75 or 80% all the way around the elbow.
Ouch.
So I tried really hard to avoid doing the elbow and the ditch on the same day, whether it's the knee or the elbow. Just so you have like some life over the next few days, you know.
Somewhere to bend, you know.
Yeah, I really try to keep your heel as reasonably comfortable as I can. But anyways, on Tyler's
Right.
sleeve, I worked most of the way around his elbow. And we were taking what I thought was our last stretch. And he's got a piece on his shoulder that he already had before we started this project, and it's in black and gray, and the lower half is all full color. And I was like, man, no pressure, but like if you wanted to like make that full color now that I've like connected it with the clouds at the bottom, it would be kind of cool. He's like, sweet. If you want to do the upper part, can we just call it a day? He goes, yeah. Yeah. So he was so zapped. I was like, I'll just put some feel good stuff on you. I just rubbed some hustle butter all over him and bandaged him up.
Aw.
So I thought that was going to be our last session, but in the like, we really should kind of go ahead and make this full color up here.
That's fair.
Just because like it's screaming to be full color with the lower half of the arm being color. So that was pretty cool, like to get that far into it. I really wanted to get that project complete, but it's one of those, it just kind of needs one more session for the whole entire sleeve to be cohesive. So we've got just a tiny little like inner bit of the elbow to go.
Ouch. No thanks.
Still victory in the session though. That's really a lot of work to go all the way around the elbow.
Right.
Probably like, I don't know, from like here to like here, all the way around. That's a pretty spicy chunk,
No thanks.
but looks rad. And it was probably like the funnest, least stressful, like artistically session. Because the lower half, we were doing an underwater scene with all these little fish. The middle of it, there's this giant bass splashing out of the water with a layer of water droplets through the whole thing. No big deal.
MBD, bruh.
No big deal. And then I got to build the scenery in the background and like connect and make the like random orange that was behind the bass make sense. I got to add the sky in and make everything reflect and make it all like this crazy color that looks like sherbet doesn't belong in this picture. Does indeed, and did all along.
I love sherbet.
Yeah. Yeah, we went from like sherbet to vanilla.
That's a tough transition too, from like orange anything. So
I like to build my orange out of pinks a lot of times. I do
Yeah,
have
me too.
this, I do have this bottle that is, or this color that is called J.O.'s Creamsicle, and it is wonderful. I like beef up my other oranges and reds with it because it gives it like a opaque strongness.
art words.
Makes it strong and all the things.
Yeah, I know all those things. I have no clue what you just said.
One of these
Other
days,
than you
Ben,
make-
you're going to know how to paint the most photorealistic snail. And then from there, you're going to go through all of the phases. Like your phases of snail is going to go through like the Impressionist era. And then you're going to be like the
Block
Fauvists.
snail.
Yeah, where it'll just turn into like splatters of color. It'll be like a Mondrian blocky snail. And then you'll get to
Smear
be like a,
at the bottom of the paper.
that'll be the Jackson Pollock era. Yeah, you'll have all of the like the
My snail. He lives. One will just be a trail.
he was.
He was. He is still somewhere. Yeah, sure. Okay.
All the way to a Banksy snail.
A Banksy. I could do a Banksy.
Yeah, a Banksy snail.
Well,
I could see you doing a Banksy snail. Where would you put your Banksy snail and what would it represent? What would it say? What would be the political thought?
it would say slow down.
All right. I'm for it.
I don't know what I just rubbed in my eye, but it's on fire.
Slow down. Ben, what happened?
It's probably the remnants of the dial soap
Why?
from when I washed my hands. I don't know. I rubbed my eye and then it itched, so I rubbed it some more,
Hmm.
and things went poorly from there. I'm not a doctor.
Your glasses make me think. I have a pair of sunglasses up in my drawer. I don't think they're anything special, but they're shaped kind of like yours. I wonder if they're yours. Are you missing a pair of sunglasses?
No, my sunglasses are right here.
Oh,
And prescriptions.
so you'd know if they were missing. They've
Yeah,
been up there a while.
yeah, I can't see without them. It's
Poor
pretty sad
Ben.
because I used to have like a really, really cool sunglasses collection.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was above average. And nope,
Not no more.
eyeballs went. And they're like, you know what you need all the time? Spectrums.
I don't know. I preach taking care of your eyes. I was blessed with very good eyesight, but I've always worn Oakley's, usually
Right.
polarized.
Yep. Bunch of them. Because like Oakley's have a high shatter safety
Mhm.
rating,
Mhm.
and they're great for
You know what I don't have?
motorcycles. They're great for firearms.
Kyle,
I got
I don't have a lighter. I lost Ben. He'll be back in a moment. He hasn't gone far. Ben, I've lost the whole flow of the conversation. Hurry back.
I'm sorry.
Hurry back.
Answer for 36
I can't do this on my own.
It's a jet one, but it's select. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to abandon you.
It's okay. I knew you'd return.
So what were we talking about?
I wasn't prepared to keep people entertained all by myself.
All by myself. I don't want to be.
Nobody tunes in to hear us sing to each other. However, it seems to
Bullshit.
happen all the time.
I believe that's exactly why they tune in.
You think they tune in to hear us sing to each other?
Bust into random harmonies.
They're like, yeah, these guys graduated in the early 2000s
Duh.
for sure.
Duh. Sorry.
It's okay. We got our
Kyle,
lubricant.
rewind us back 38 seconds
38?
and tell us what we were talking about. Oh, thanks, bud. Way to be paying attention.
I don't know.
He's over there drawing roses.
Jeez. Jeez. Slacker.
Oh man.
Old
Look
man.
who's I said, oh man. Look who's texted me right now. Sending me a picture of empty Jeter's jars. Who could it be? Todd.
Todd, is he? Why didn't you send us full ones, Todd? I'd prefer them full. So I
More
don't
than
know.
just a picture, even.
I don't know if you guys saw, but yesterday I saw on the intrawebs that Hell City dates for not just Columbus, but also motherfucking Phoenix, Arizona, have been listed for the next 3 years.
I'm pretty excited about that. Actually, you know how
Yeah.
partial I am to the Phoenix show.
Yeah.
I just recently saw, I was going through my camera roll looking for something else, but the ladies that gave us a tour.
Oh, Jan and Barbara.
Something like that.
they
I
were
should
very
remember
grandma
their
names.
Um,
I miss that place. I want to go back.
yeah, you know, I
We missed
can't
a
wait
year,
to
and
go
it made me
back.
sad.
Yeah, I can't wait to go back for Hell City, but I would love to get out there not for Hell City and just chill as well. Like, I just love the Biltmore. It's got my heart and my whole entire back.
I think maybe if we called and said, "Hey, we know people that do things there." I'm not like opposed to name dropping.
I mean, I could
Miss-
just book a room anytime, but it's
I
just like
understand.
taking the time to go on vacation and
Yeah,
doing the thing.
I hear you, but like, I'm sure we get a discounted rate for being on the.
Maybe
Yeah.
we could just tag along on one of Derb's trips. You know how he has to have all these planning meetings and things like that. I actually would really love to be a part of those meetings, to just kind of like sit in and listen as things are,
I
as
prefer
things come
just showing
together
up
for
and
the
winging
show.
it. That's my favorite.
I mean, I've done that enough. I've definitely done that enough,
I
but
thought that was your answer. I've done that enough.
I want more. I need more knowledge. I don't know. I never know I never know when or where or how things are going to come in handy, but when I've got the opportunity to like just see how something's done, to sit in and listen, and I got to kind of like grab that opportunity. And
Oh, sure.
yeah, I never know when it's going to come in handy. I never know like what connection's going to lead to what, but I don't know.
I just love massive properties like that. I always have. There's something about the way they flow, the way they function, the inner workings of a place that big with that kind of history makes my heart happy. And they're like, "Hi, Moist Town. Hi, would you like a Cadillac cocktail or Cadillac margarita?" Sorry. And I'm like, yes. 7. Because they're delicious, but they're $92 a piece. So careful.
They're not really $92 a piece. He's exaggerating. They're probably like 22.
Yeah, like I said, same thing. Yeah, I miss it.
I'm excited. I love the Biltmore. I'm still upset that they didn't go with a blue for all the new renovations. They went with this weird turquoise color. I don't. It's a whole rabbit hole we could jump down. Save that for another time.
You're like upset.
I am. Like whoever was in charge of that decision.
They need to talk to Fawn. That's all I'm saying. They need to clear the air with her.
I need an explanation that makes sense. Otherwise, make it blue.
The island no longer produces that color and it's trademarked.
We have so many artificial blues now. I'm sure they could have come up with something closer than Walmart teal.
Hey, some people love Walmart too.
I don't even know if it's Walmart teal, but
They
it's
mix in
teal.
some gold and some silver alternating. Lots of like fake dead wood stuff, like the branches that are like dead, like in the vase, like to be decorative, like bamboo shoots. You know exactly the look I'm talking about.
I don't think I know the look.
Oh,
You mean the like just thrown together found objects from the side of the road?
Totally.
Oh, those things.
It's cool, it's just my living room. No, I'm just kidding. It was a job.
I'm so partial to the Biltmore show. If I were to just be like, I look forward to it. I don't know. I've always been obsessed with Frank Lloyd Wright. And when Russ proposed the idea of using the Biltmore block for my back piece, it was like, say less.
Right.
Sold. However, you can make that work, make it work. All right.
It's just one of those places that's been there for so long. Like the property has its own vibe. Like there's a tranquility that happens while I'm there that I'm just like,
it's in Phoenix. If you look up any of the like, I don't know, I'm kind of addicted to like videos like the soft white underbelly where they like interview homeless people and things like that. And
you said the soft white underbelly.
This is what the series of videos is called. Look it up. Anyways, they're always in Phoenix and they're always like just the craziest stories of these homeless people and these junkies and anyways, the cool thing about the Biltmore is it's like a stone's throw from that, but it's so secure. It's surrounded by a golf course. Like
there's gates and guards.
It's awesome to be in a place like that and actually feel like you're in paradise. And I think the Biltmore is one of those places where you get to just like let your guard down. Like they have their own police service. It's gated. If you don't have business being there, you're not gonna be there.
Yeah.
And it's just nice.
It's always fun being at the Biltmore still the next Tuesday. So the show's over, everybody's packed up, everyone's gone, and there's just a few of us stragglers there. And it goes back to being just like the regular Biltmore and not like the Hell City Convention weekend Biltmore.
Yeah.
And they're like
back to normies everywhere.
What are you guys doing? No, they're always great. I'm just being silly. But the atmosphere definitely changes when we're not there. But staff day is my favorite because we all just get to chill. We get to hang out in a pretty luxe environment. And we get to put our feet up and we get to high five each other. And
you know how we always joke around that time zones are weird. I feel like my body's naturally set for like out west time zone because I just wake up early naturally.
Right.
Like I wake up, I'm bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, which I'm usually not much of a morning person. But like I'm ready to go. They're still setting up at the little coffee shop in the courtyard.
Right.
So I get to like chit chat with the girls that run it, and we're like their favorite group of people.
Right.
I'm
sure we're a completely different group than anybody else that comes there.
Yeah, I think so. And word on the street is the tattooers tip pretty well.
Well,
so
that's because we're
everybody in this
hospitality based.
everybody in the service industry is pretty
People that
appreciative.
get tipped give tips.
Yes.
But yeah, I enjoy it. It's a good time. It's a good time. And knowing dates that far out is always fun because then you can book early.
Mhm.
You can schedule
Plan
your vacations
accordingly.
at work.
Mhm.
You can say, no, boss, I've had this request in for a year. You can go somewhere. I'm leaving if you like it or not. Not that I've ever said those words.
There have been a lot of pop-up conventions.
Yeah.
I shouldn't call them pop-up conventions. That sounds disrespectful, but there have been a lot of conventions that have started over the last few years and just kind of come out of the woodwork. And I think what we're going to start seeing is a big divide in like what people expect out of a tattoo show. I think it's like all the more motivation for us to step up our game with Hell City, because Hell City's always been one of those like trendsetters,
We do so much stuff different that nobody else does still. No one else is running videos of the stages. No one's doing pictures of tattoos. No one has near the photography force that we have. No one has nearly the stage presence that we do.
You're right. I never really thought about how big of a difference that is when I go to other shows, and like you have to be right up next to the stage, or even when they're when they have they just line up and there's not really any showcasing of the tattoos.
Most
It's hard to
other
spectate.
tattoo competitions that I have seen are less audience participation and more they feel like solo and ensemble contests to me. No one hears you play with the judge.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm sorry, band nerds. It's the only reference I got. But like, I don't know. I feel like at Hell City, it's about the collector, and there's a production involved in what we do, as opposed to someone just calling off categories. Not me, Jelly Bean.
Yeah. No, I think it's really actually a thoughtful thing. I know there was this myth going around that the lights were always dim for all those years to provide an ambiance, but it was actually for the projectors.
But we ain't got them no more.
But now we got big TVs bigger than the one that's behind us. So nice and big, and
they're
bold.
way easier to deal with and lot higher quality. So we're able to run a lot higher quality video now. And we can do a lot cooler stuff with like just broadcasting straight to the TVs. So we can do things like, run wirelessly and run different cameras and run on stage cameras. And not that I'm excited, but
He's excited. He's pretty excited.
they let me AV nerd while I'm there.
Yeah.
So I get to play with stuff.
You're doing the AV nerd stuff upstairs, and then I'm kind of just turned into a gopher for the seminars.
Right.
I don't know if there are going to be seminars in Phoenix.
I'm not sure. I don't think so. But that's above my pay grade. But even in Columbus, I think we're working on some pretty rad ideas to connect the floors. And I think if I can pitch this idea the right way, we might be able to do live streams from different areas.
I mean, we've got all the stuff to make it happen.
Jumbotrons. So like the live paint room and the wet paint project and things like that could have video feeds into the main ballroom and vice versa.
So,
but I'm pipe dreaming guessing here, but I'm thinking about things.
I could just get some video transmitters for us.
We could just get some video transmitters. Yeah.
Then, well, I don't know. So
none of this stuff is tested. None of this stuff is like it would be a project.
No, I have this vision. Actually, I was trying to think of the right words to put this in, but I have this vision of us as a team, all of the reinventing nerds, when we all get together, but actually showing up as newscasters, where we have a wireless, we're mic'd to the camera, and then the camera has a wireless feed, And it can be like, oh, hey, Ben, how are things going up there at the main stage?
Welcome to Hell City. My name is
Fun.
and today we are going to be looking at. Yeah, I want to do it.
Yeah, we could totally make that
I'm
happen.
working on my swoop.
I mean, I have everything to connect to the cameras and either camera setup, and we could walk around as like a broadcasting rig from the camera.
I have the perfect tweed jacket.
Does it have elbow patches?
Blue corduroy one too, probably. Nah, I go tweed. It's like a bright tie.
I wish I could somehow make myself the Veronica Corningstone, but that's just not me. I'm just not that character. But I want to be like a cheesy 80s big hair. Can we make this
I
happen?
hear you, sister. Yeah, we probably could. We can make it happen. With faith, all things are possible. Yep. I like Phoenix because it's on our end an easier show to produce. We have a little bit easier of a setup. It's all one room. It's the same size show. It's a little bit smaller, but like it's pretty much the same size show. It's just all in one spot. So we don't have to multiple floors and all the craziness. So like technically that's, I would say, I don't want to say it's an easier show.
Our
It's a
storage
less
is
stressful.
just the fact that our storage is in the back hallway instead of like down three floors and
away.
around
Yeah,
the way.
It's just a huge benefit. So like as far as working the show, it's a little less physical, and then we get the hangout day. But Columbus, it's home team. So like we try to throw the, it's always a bigger,
gets
better
extra.
production. It always gets extra. There can always be one more load. The warehouse is only a couple miles away, guys. Go get it and set it up here, type of situation. So like the set gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. I thought we weren't bringing that. Fuck it, set it up, type of situation.
Vandango comes in clutch that weekend.
I
And
mean,
we have the big rental truck.
we do.
We can take as many trips as we need with that because it's only a couple of miles. It's not that big of a deal. But man, when we can just like load the TVs in my van and like just have a person keeping them steady rather than worrying about them bouncing all around and so
it
many
helps.
trips in Vandango. But man, it's nice.
It helps. I was seriously contemplating purchasing a Springer van. Because at 36 miles to the gallon, it gets 3 times the gas mileage of my current vehicle.
Well,
Well, maybe not 3 times, but you hear me.
what about a K truck?
No.
Can I just beef up a K truck?
Why? You don't need that much stuff. Fine.
What?
You don't need that much stuff.
What do you mean?
If it makes you feel better, they're really cheap.
Huh?
They're really cheap
What are they, like $7,000 or something like that?
at most. You have
Yeah.
to pay
Oh,
a
you
lot
mean
in like
like-
import fees.
What do you
but
mean
car
when you say
itself is
K
like
truck?
7.
A K truck, they're like these little 2-seater trucks, super compact, super like
Okay. No. Okay. So you say K truck. A K truck is a full tool truck.
no.
So when you,
Nah, these are the little mini guys from
Okay.
Japan.
that's a mini truck.
Pull one up, Kyle.
No, that's a mini truck.
No, it's very specifically.
They're called
K-
K trucks.
yeah.
I
Wait till
hear
you see
you,
these little guys.
but like K
you
trucks
can't
are
take them on the
also-
highway though. I think they're like max out at 55.
Can I get one for work? Does it have
Maybe.
turn signals?
Yeah, it's a
Yeah, they're
car.
road legal. I just don't think you can take them on the interstate.
It's just a tiny truck.
Boom. Look at that pink one. Look at the
Okay.
one with no tires.
Okay. We can get 2.
Look at them. Look at that stinking cutie. Look at that one with the push bar. Imagine what I could do with that thing.
Oh, I want one for work.
See? You could commute to work with this thing.
No, I leave it there.
They're like the size of a sedan.
Kyle, click on the one that's down in teal. I want to see it large. Yep, that one. Yeah, wake me up.
That's ready for a safari, man. Look at the periwinkle one
Badawinka bleh.
up and to the left. That one. Look at that, Ben.
Oh,
Imagine
Are
what
we
we could
racing
do.
these fucking things
Oh,
now?
Yeah, imagine what we could do with one of these.
Okay, so hear me out. I still kind of want to get a smart car.
Me too. That one between my house and yours,
I
it's got
see it all
super
the
low
time.
miles. I've checked it out online, but it's a convertible, and I just don't get down with convertibles.
I love convertibles. I'm not mad at that. What was the sticker?
I want to say they want like 12 or something for it,
that's
but
why
it's
still
not like
sitting there.
like absurdly low miles, like brand new-ish low miles.
What motor? Does
Well,
it have the paddle shifties?
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
let's
they
go
all
buy
do.
it.
Let's go buy it.
Let's trade in a couple vehicles.
I mean, I technically still have mine. I could just like people way dumber than me have changed head gaskets and rebuilt motors.
Hear me out. I rebuilt motors. I'm a moron. Let's be honest. I rebuilt a giant air compressor motor, like a two valve. I don't know words, but I was at work. I was like, "That's really annoying," and they were like, "Well, it takes a rebuild kit or a new motor." I was like, "So if we try to do it and it breaks, regardless, they have to buy a new motor?" And they're like, "Yeah." I was like, "So I basically get a chance to rebuild a motor, no harm, no foul?" And they were like, "I guess." And I did. I took it all apart and took the pistons out and did the gear things. And luckily, the person that I worked for worked at Honda for like 30 years and understood what was actually happening and told me what to do, or I wouldn't have figured it out. Cause like the piston rings got to be in a certain order. And like it was cool. Yep. Rebuild a motor. It was like high school shop class, except they paid me like $28 an hour.
You know, I
It
think,
wasn't that much, but you know.
I think I am going to learn how to be somewhat more of a mechanic.
That shell is killing me.
Sorry.
I ain't mad at you.
Hemp,
Just
no
talk.
nicotine.
No, it's just the
The blueberry.
yeah.
You know, I've been on the blueberry for so long that I don't really taste it, but they stick every time. Some of the flavors don't stick as well. So I apologize for the blueberry.
I
It's
get it.
become a compromise, but I don't even taste it.
I always say I don't work on stuff, but then end up fixing all my stuff. Does that make sense? Like, no, like I'm not very mechanical. I don't work on things. And then like I rebuild a motor. I don't work on bikes. And then like I tear out the whole ass end and put it
No.
back in.
With modern mechanics, it's not like mechanics used to be back in the day. It's you diagnose the problem. The problem is a part that is broken or worn, or multiple parts that are broken and worn, and then you just swap them out. It's plug and play. It's not
Right. Well, luckily, like most of my
if you
shit's
can
old.
diagnose it.
It's like with this truck,
That's the
right?
challenge.
We drove the truck back and it blew every part on it because it hadn't driven more than 30 feet in 10 years, right? So like in the first couple months I had it, I did starter, alternator, radiator, all the oil seals on the motor, which I took somewhere and had done. I didn't do that. Transmission pan, I replaced.
Mhm.
The oil pan, gasket, and pan all got replaced because it all leaked and didn't seal. And so like it was like, no, I don't work on cars, but I did 3/4 of that. I didn't do the motor shit, but like you figure it out.
I remember
you
how
can't-
shocked you were when I was like, "Oh yeah, I changed the headlights in the caddy." You were like, "Fun, you take it to the shop for that." I was like, "It was just like we just had to
Just
pop
had to
these
disconnect
clips,
the
and I just
bumper,
had to like
reach my
do
fucking
this thing." And
well, see, I don't have spaghetti little baby hands. These things don't go through cracks. I gotta take the whole bumper off because sausage fingers and sausage fingers.
well,
That's all.
I don't know. I don't know how many times when I was a little kid, my stepdad, I'd go from like hold the light, and I actually learned how to hold the light really well. But he did this thing where he'd be like, "This is what I'm looking at. Hold the light here."
Here. Yeah.
I realized that a lot of people have traumatic childhoods because like whoever they were holding the light for didn't explain what they were holding it or looking at.
Well, vis-a-vis. So I told my dad straight to his face. My dad worked on everything. He raced cars in high school, grew up, turned it into just like enjoyed it, right? And I remember he was working on something in the garage one day, and I looked him dead in the face, and I was like, I'm gonna make enough money that I don't have to fix my own shit. And I meant it. You know what I mean? Like I meant it. And I think I was like 11 or 12. He still to this day brings that up. Oh yeah, out there in the garage changing your brakes, huh? Huh? Yeah, make enough money, huh? Yeah. I'm like, Dad, Dad.
Something my stepdad's always like ragged on like me and my mom and my sisters, all of us about is wear and tear on our vehicles.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of like, I drive my vehicle within its capabilities. Can I drive it within
They
its
give me all
capabilities.
300 Hertzspurs if I'm not supposed to use all 300 Hertzspurs. It's 0 to floor, and there's no more every time.
I don't even remember where I was going with that now.
Wear and tear on your vehicles.
Oh yeah. He was getting on me about the wear and tear on my van. I'm like, I got it to drive, man. Like I'm gonna drive it till the wheels fall off. Like, and he was just harping on me about like mechanics and how much it costs to fix things. I was like, hey, I'm the one that pays the mechanics bill. Like, I diagnose the problem myself. Usually I get it in, I get it fixed, and I'm good to go for a while. And he was like, He went from grumbling to like, So he doesn't yell at me about wear and tear anymore because I get my vehicle fixed without calling him and panicking and like,
Right. Well, hear me out. Not, never mind. I won't use the example I was saying. The vehicles that you're planning on keeping,
I did not
there
plan on
is no
keeping
sense of
Fandango
keeping
this long.
something.
I
There's
would have
no sense
taken
in
way
keeping
better
something
care of
nice
it.
for the next person.
Well,
You know, like, it's called used for a reason.
yeah. I didn't imagine that I would have it this long or that it would be like this much of a trooper, really. Like if I would have just taken a little bit better care of it in the winter and kept the salt off of it and things like that, like it'd be even better. But I was like, oh, I'm only gonna have this a couple years and
Now that my commute is 48 minutes, I've been seriously contemplating something that gets more than 13 miles.
I want a hatchback. I've been looking specifically for a little hatchback. I don't necessarily want something super new, but I would like something that is not base model. Like I have just this firm belief that like not base model vehicles just are built better and last longer.
They got
Like
that little extra care.
I don't know the
The
way to
people that-
say it. Like
People that build the luxury line get
yeah,
paid
if
just a little bit
if
more to fix
it's
the
a
parts.
leather or wood steering wheel, it's probably got a few more upgrades under the hood and then the suspension and then all of the
Yeah.
things, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
The title of it is premium. That package is the one I'm like, I'll take that.
yeah. I don't know. I had a van before this van and it was,
Not premium.
I mean, I'm not gonna say it wasn't premium. It had
Basicness.
captain seats throughout, yada yada, but like it wasn't leather everywhere. It didn't have like the built-in limo lights. It didn't have blinds, tinted windows, all the
things
privacy
matter.
things. Yeah. Like my van was like a Cadillac when it was new.
Right.
I mean, it's kind of like a Cadillac old.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
it looks like a hoopty. And then it's like, oh, this actually is
Smooth as
fine
can.
to ride across country in. No problem.
I'm with it. I get
Anyways,
that.
long story short, I got really lucky to get my van. I never would have imagined it would have lasted me this long.
You bought a
But,
vehicle that was designed to cruise the vistas.
and I drive it like it's a truck, man.
Yeah, it is. It is. Run it, girl. See, but that's why I have the car that stays in the garage, and I have the car that I drive every day. You got one to keep pretty and have longevity and drive when I'm feeling fancy. And then I've got my truck that if I hit some stupid person in, I'm out way less money.
I want a hatchback and I want it to be a stick.
I'm just saying we should get the same car, whatever it is, and race them. Or like spray can model.
If I had a second vehicle, I would not be opposed to going to the track somewhere.
Or like spray can bottom, get like Dayton's. You know what I mean? Like put some like obnoxious like Grom muffler on it or something.
Oh man.
Cam them
Oh,
out so they're all throaty.
No way. No way. I prefer like sleeper, quiet.
No, not
I
you.
don't want something too modified. I would rather just have not base model.
Hear me out though. We get smart cars. We paint them obnoxious colors. We put very fast motors in them and then make them quiet. Is that different? And then at night, all the colors lose their brightness.
Can you even make a
We-
Hayabusa quiet?
Yeah,
How?
you have a whole muffler to put on. You open it up to a larger diameter and it just loses it. It's gone.
I feel
They're
like
called baffles.
I feel like
You put the right baffle in there.
I feel like they don't have enough room for that much baffling.
I think you'd be surprised. You know how not loud my car is, right?
Well, yeah,
Okay, so
but that's not a
It'll-
motorcycle engine.
okay, it's 6 motorcycle engines, and it's still pretty gosh darn quiet.
There.
So like, if they can do that to that, and we've got a whole car frame to work with, I promise you we can make it quiet.
Hmm.
And then we can do burnouts that no one can hear except for the and then we disappear into the night.
It's really hard to do a
Can't we
burnout in a
just-
smart car. You gotta like outsmart the safety
I am
features.
jailbreaking this thing as soon as it is purchased. There will be not a safety feature. It'll be a go-kart. By the time my guy gets done with it, we will be paddle shifting from first to third. It's not even gonna know what happened. We're just gonna be like, and it's gonna be a lot of fun. Because fuck your safety system. It's $100 to jailbreak a car, guys.
It's like $600 for a new computer on a smart car. Not that I've looked into it or anything.
Well, that's the thing. You don't need a new computer. You just gotta reprogram the one that's there.
No,
And you have to pay the manufacturer to be able to do so.
no, because it's got the Mercedes safety stuff on it. So you actually have to buy a new computer for it.
I hear you.
Yeah, you
But
gotta.
you-
That's the
people
only way to
tune
outsmart it.
Mercedes.
Because I gotta. If they, I don't know, but with
I
a smart
promise you.
car, you just gotta buy a new computer. It
Okay, we
says.
can just do that and then tune that computer.
Yeah.
I'm fine with that too. But like
We would be reckless together if we got little toy cars to play around in.
they're
They would be
fucking roll
reckless.
cages with wheels.
I mean, they are. They're like they pretty much are. I used to describe mine as like a helmet with a steering wheel.
If they're freeway
Oh, man.
freeway safe, they're bumper cars.
Ben,
We can put big bumpers on them. I mean, fuck it, hit each
Yeah.
other.
that would be cool.
We can make them
Little
look
push
like bumper cars.
Safari
Give 'em, like,
lights.
Give them big like antennas at the top. But like,
Why do we end up talking about cars all the time. Kyle, if
Get
you
us
want to
back to
pull up
tattoo
our
style, what the fuck?
Instagram inbox, I've got this post about sparkly tattoos. Have you seen this? Occasionally, I'll have
Glitter
somebody
tattoos?
ask me about glitter ink.
Mhm.
like it's a
glitter
thing.
ink.
And
Oh,
now there's whoever made this video.
you can sprinkle in the glitter ink.
It's just a funny video, but I'm afraid that people are gonna see this and be like, huh, look, I saw it on TikTok. I saw
Right,
it on the
yeah.
grams.
Oh no, that's definitely glue.
Oh, it's so funny to me because that's absolutely not how that tattoo was made.
Bull. They showed it on the interweb. It has to be true.
If it's on the interwebs, it's got to be true. It's not true. It's
100%
not
true.
true. That was not made with any of those glittery things. It was
Fake
made with
news.
whites and yellows and oranges, not sparkles.
I don't believe you, Fawn.
I mean,
The internet said it. Dubbed.
this
Is
takes
that-
me back to years ago when people would be like, I want to get my tongue tattooed. And they'd show me this picture that was clearly photographed,
Right.
clearly photographed of this intricate scene on somebody's tongue. And I was like, that's first of all not how it would look. It wouldn't heal like that. This is clearly two
That's
pictures that are
Photoshop.
combined. It's like I'd have to explain to people like how it was made and all the things.
Right. That's Photoshop.
But the
It's
sparkle
okay.
trick is super cool and pretty fun to play around with.
I'd let you sparkle some things.
You want to sparkle some? You're gonna have twinkles.
You sparkle them out, bro.
There's gonna be twinkles,
I like a twinkle.
sparkles.
Twinkle in my eye.
You don't want to.
Oh, man. It was just the look you made.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Oh, sometimes it's maybe not the best thing to have a monitor in front of us.
What? I'm sexy. I want to hear
Yeah, I mean, some of your looks get me.
it. That was the twinkle. So what do you got coming up? What's new in the world? Any shows we're going to see? Is there any road times
I'm
happening?
stoked for the Paradise Gathering. That's starting to be like around the corner-ish. That's in October, right? Am I remembering right? October?
Where is Paradise?
At Jiminy Peak
Oh,
in Massachusetts.
Massachusetts.
It's like just across the state line from New York. It's closer to Albany than anywhere else.
Hmm.
But the last couple of years I've gone, it's been a wonderful time. This year it's going to be like more of an actual tattoo convention. There's going to be tons of seminars going on.
Righteous.
We talked to Gunner on the Tattoo Weekly on Monday,
Uh,
and he'll be doing a 3-day seminar on basically
nice.
he'll be breaking down his oil painting process. So
Oh,
like,
yeah.
he was like, if you don't need the, how to set up and what to use, you could probably skip the first day. But like, if you want to get like the refining and details, we might only need the third
good
day
job,
or
Kyle.
take all 3. Look,
Righteous.
crazy lineup.
And don't we know the people that do this one?
Yeah, Gabe.
Oh,
Gabe puts this one on with Jake from Fireside.
nice. Super rad.
There's Gunner. Tattoos by Lita. She does like nipple and scar reconstruction and restoration. We met her at the train wreck of a tattoo show in Tampa, but she's wonderful. Tom Strom, everybody knows that I'm a huge Tom Strom fan, so I'll be like fangirling out. Nick
are you
Baxter, Chris
driving?
Dingwell. Yeah, I'm more than likely driving.
All right.
You want to come out?
We'll see.
Be part of the camera crew?
We'll see. Depends on
Kyle, are you coming out to that one?
schedules.
Maybe. I don't think so, but maybe.
A hard maybe. We're going to call that a
Depends
hard
on
maybe.
schedules.
My schedule's kind of shifted a lot recently, so.
Mine too.
Corey
Nice.
Ferguson, we talked to him a couple of weeks ago on the Tattoo Weekly. Mickey Schlick also. So it's gonna be a wonderful lineup of artists. A lot of rad seminars going on. I'll be running around helping broadcast stuff, bouncing stuff back to Gabe.
Hey, I know that painter. I recognize that tie.
Chris Dingwell. He's always got the craziest ties every time you see him. Lalo. Yeah, it's going to be a wonderful lineup. Every time I'm scrolling and I see a new artist added, it's like, man, it's going to be awesome.
Nick Baxter.
We just had Jordan walk through. Maybe we can con him
Jordan.
into coming over and saying hello. Maybe not.
No, he's on a quick break.
We're bad influences.
Probably.
So do you and Maddie have another day set up for your tattoo?
Not yet.
Not yet. Still healing.
Not yet.
Still in recovery.
Well, yeah. It's a high motion area. It needs a little downtime. Also, my schedule is a little more volatile now than it has been
Volatile.
in the past, and requires my for attention now, and I have a lot less leeway in when I can and can't work. So it'll happen. It'll be soon-ish.
I'm looking at all the other crazy things I've bounced to our Instagram. If you go up to the next video above the sparkly one, this was a pretty good snip from a interview with Mike Cole. I just love Mike Cole stuff, Master Mike.
Line, like it does look like your output of painting is like extremely high.
Yeah.
Is that just something you prioritize? Do you find like your environment being kind of like isolated, kind of
Just
helps that?
obsessed, just being obsessed.
Just
with it.
because I don't know, and obviously online things could seem whatever, but I guess you're sitting here telling me that it appears to me that you're always painting.
Always painting.
Yeah.
If I'm really into a piece, I will eat, sleep, breathe that thing. Like, I'm hyper focused on it, and it's just something I can't. I don't know. It's just that space you're in when you're painting or creating. It's like the connection to whatever that is. But the place that I get sucked into is the manipulation of the isometric graphs and how to warp them and change them and the perspective. And sometimes I just use them flat and manipulate them to the point where it shows such depth to them. That's where my main focus is, not so much on the pattern. I'll do patterns in certain surfaces and stuff, but most of it's trying to figure out how to manipulate the graph to a point where it's like, whoa.
Just viewing you online, like it does look like your output of
Have
painting
you
is
seen
like
his work?
extremely.
You want to pull up Mike Cole's page?
Yeah.
Kyle's on it today. We're putting him to the test.
Good job, pal.
He's like, I just want to draw roses. This makes me kind of like, as we're getting into fall, I think things are going to slow down a little bit, like, travel wise, all the things.
My brain's still just not in September.
I feel like I'm ready to settle down and kind of jump into some new paintings, like just to segue off of him. He's always painting. He's always got these crazy mind bending projects that he's sharing. And I feel like, it'd be really easy to do like a little, hour-long piece every morning when I'm just sitting there having coffee. Just do like coffee sketches or coffee paintings or, whatever I wanted to call them, but do like a daily thing and
Nice.
just kind of commit myself to making more art. I don't know. I feel like every time I go through a spurt of painting, I feel like my tattooing grows leaps and bounds. And then sometimes I'll learn a few tricks from tattooing that then cross back over to painting. It's like they feed into
each
one
other.
another. Yeah.
Super rad.
I need to get my butt back in shape and get with Mike to do my belly. It's the part that I'm afraid of.
Right.
I may or may not have mentioned that earlier. We were
Pull up some
looking at
paintings,
Tyran's tummy.
Pull up some paintings. Because we've been talking about his paintings.
I mean, they're pretty much the same as his tattoos. Like, this is what his stuff looks like.
There we go.
Look at that. How nuts it is. The patience to achieve this, man.
That is
But like
insane.
you said, he eats, sleeps, and breathes it. Like when he's into it, he's into it.
That's
Pretty mind bending, right? Yeah, makes me need to like get my lazy butt up off the couch and make some art happen.
my goodness.
Could you imagine a trippy snail?
Nope. I could not.
Imagine like a little regular snail, but like in the slime behind it, it was like this trippy universe. Could be cool.
I don't have that kind of patience. I'm going to be real honest.
I think it takes a certain personality type to like hyper obsess about repetitive shapes, like and colors like this.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm the one.
I just can't stop looking at his stuff.
I can't clean a room without losing focus, let alone finish a
Like
500-hour time.
obsessively live working into a painting like
Yeah,
this.
I don't think I'm the guy for that job.
I don't know. I feel like wax carving, like for jewelry making, things like that has kind of been pulling my trigger lately. Like that's something I could really just dive into deep. I already have everything to do it except for the wax, the cheapest part.
Huh.
Just get another set of files, dedicate it to the wax, my Dremel tools. I can make the coolest things. What's that look for?
I hear you, girl.
Could make the coolest things.
Um,
I saw this one the other day. This lady, she starts carving out like this geometric shape. And before I knew it, she was carving out like a perfect dog nose, a little boot ring. It was the cutest. Why didn't I think of that?
Well, probably
Anyway.
because you already do 354,652 projects and have 900 hobbies.
That sounds about right. I don't really have 900 hobbies.
You don't, we're friends. You don't have a lot.
Like 7.
15
Okay, 17 hobbies.
a day.
It's okay. It's all right. I've got to wake up. I got to drink coffee. Some days I switch to tea.
That's a habit. Just kidding.
I got to wake up. I got to do that. Got to give my dog love, or she makes all these weird noises that probably sound like an alien.
Speaking of waking up, guess what time I have to get up to go to work tomorrow?
Tell me.
4 a.m.
4
We know how excited I am about that?
0
0.
0 excited. What
Yeah.
time will you be done working though?
8:30.
PM?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a long day, Ben.
Uh-huh.
Did you get to sleep in today?
No. I had to wake up early to go into my day off to make sure I was home in time to be here for the show.
Aw, Ben.
It's okay. They pay me money to be there.
Well, that's fair. That's a
That's
good
the
way to look
trade-off.
at it.
I'm like, you guys make this suck. And they're like, yeah, but we give you money. And I'm like, oh yeah. So it's cool. I guess.
Well, the man. You're kind of the man, though.
What do you mean?
Aren't you kind of like sort of in charge of some things?
I got a raise and a promotion in the first month that I was there.
Already the man.
I'm no longer the assistant. I am the operating manager.
Wow.
They created another position for our account. So it allowed us to shift some things. So the position wasn't available when I applied, but now that it was, they're like, hey, so just go ahead and do this and we'll hire people.
Congratulations.
Why, thanks. I just happened to stand there. It was
Sometimes all it takes is just showing up. You know, there are a lot of things in life like you just got to show up sometimes.
it's always about who you know. And don't get me wrong, it's not like I'm not qualified to do the job that I'm doing, but like it always comes down to my buddy got hired there a month before me and he called me and was like, hey, so are you looking for a job? You should totally do this with me. I said, okay. But I've known this guy since I was before tattoos. If that tells you anything. So yeah,
Baby Ben.
I listened. And now we're having heaps of fun.
Heaps.
So many heaps of fun.
I mean, if you get your coffee and pizza,
I'm groovy, dude. So yeah, could be worse. Yeah, early AM. So I was like, ew.
Hmm.
Just
yeah, early sucks,
Yeah.
but part of
That's
being a
fine.
grown up,
yeah, it's fine.
you
They
gotta
give me
get up
money.
early sometimes.
I didn't plan that out until just like a couple hours ago. And I was like, if I gotta be there, that means I gotta get up at and it made my heart hurt a little bit, you know? Just a touch.
Well,
So I'm not gonna fight the tireds. There's been no Red Bulls. Just keeping it. Because sleep's gonna happen real soon.
so there's this page that I was made aware of this week.
Does it help you fall asleep?
No, it doesn't. It's called the Tiny Tat Club. as we're talking about like job opportunities and things like that.
Uh-huh.
Tiny Tat Club. And I was scrolling through like their page. They've got like a little over 1,000 followers, or at least that's what they had the other day. And in one of the posts, it said $800 for the lessons to do tiny tats, tiny fine line tats. Like they're selling it as if it's like a
Of course.
style. But then they're also putting all of this information online. That is it wrong? No, it's not wrong. Like it's correct, accurate information. But like, what is the course going to be teaching? Like how are you, and what are you, and who is and
That's sketchy.
yeah, I'm real.
Do you know what I saw the other day?
Tell me.
I saw a stencil printer.
Oh yeah, you tagged me in them.
I was
Those have
like-
been around for a little bit. There's a few different variations of them.
I was like, that's fucking cool.
Yeah, little backpack size stencil makers.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
I don't hate them.
Over here doing it the hard way. Tracing
Well.
things 7 times.
I mean, to be fair, yesterday I made a stencil by hand, and it was kind of nice because I like embellished it because I was just doing like a dock scene with a silhouette reflecting in the water. So like
Just
I just got to like hand draw the little cattails in there, and it was much quicker and cleaner than if I would have done it with markers. And I just
do you want to do a micro
Handmade my
landscape on
stencil.
my chest?
Which one?
This right here,
What landscape?
little baby one.
What one? What scape? Where? The answer's yes, but
And then put
what
like
scape would it be?
me.
You want to just have like you looking out over an abyss and it turning into like a photorealistic part of the Milky Way?
Now there's gonna be an alien in my armpit shooting a tractor beam down to me.
Perfect. As you're just staring off in space the other direction.
I think that's the final variation of the dream.
All right. All right. I mean, if I put a UFO with tracker beams on you, it's gonna be the glowiest of glowy.
Just saying, it's kind of the next big patch I want to start filling. But we got to get through like legs.
Yeah, we do have we've got a lot to do on your legs still.
We haven't even started the other one.
But we're getting close on the one.
I'm not. It's not a race, nor am I.
I mean, it kind of is.
Yeah.
Derb has the inner thigh area he wants me to finish.
Tell him no.
Well,
Unbook his appointment.
it's not booked,
You just
but
gotta
it's
sit.
one of those like,
You okay? I think you should take the day off that day.
I feel like
You might
I
have
could go to work on Derb. He's got a collection of legends on him.
Yeah. But we are also in a race to finish our bodysuits. So. Hey,
But you've got more space than just the back of your legs.
so does he.
But he's only talked to me about one small area on his legs.
Yeah,
Well,
I
it's a
hear you.
large area, but
No
one
I mean,
leg.
like, no matter
one
what,
large area, one panel, one leg.
steps closer to completion. Just saying.
What are you doing tonight?
Going home and going to bed. I can do it at 4 o'clock in the morning.
4 a.m. is so crazy to me.
Yeah.
Ah,
Yeah.
I have had jobs where I had to be up that early though, like on the reg. It isn't fun.
Well, it's 45 minutes from the homestead. So, that adds a curveball to everything.
When I worked at Menards the other, like I can't remember what the actual title is, but the other like department manager will say,
Yeah.
we didn't even talk to each other until 10 a.m. Like we just like did our things, but just kind of like avoided each other, not for any other reason other than neither of us were morning people. And, it was the most wonderful way to avoid hurt feelings was to just do our things. And then once we like woke up and the caffeine kicked in and all the things, then we could be friendly and funny and like our normal selves. But until 10, we didn't even talk to each other.
I saw my bosses who was there the same time as me, our end times were the same, while I was leaving today. And like, oh, hey. Okay, bye. Capacity. So like property's large enough I can dodge it, but it's all right. He's here. Where is he? Call him. I don't know.
I don't know, Colin.
It's huge. Yeah, different ballgame.
Well,
With that being said, what else you got?
I mean, if you're whooped, what kind of touch base on Caddy last week? What it looked like, how much further you got to go, Tyran's Caddies, some of the random Instagram things. We talked about Jiminy Peak. We'll be talking about Jiminy Peak a lot as it gets closer.
Good. After I call Gabe and give him a virtual high five.
Let's see. I guess tune in Monday, Tattoo Weekly.
Monday.
Yeah. Thanks for tuning in.
Have a good night.
All right,
Tattoo
guys.
Lexi 101.
Yeah, we'll talk to you next week. See ya.
Bye.